So, ready?
My name is Christine Aguilar, and I am the pastor of the Cloud Church in Tustin and in Irvine. So I pastor alongside my husband, Jason Aguilar. So I met my husband at church, and I grew up in a Christian home and always just felt this desire to love and to serve people. Critical thinking, it's thinking critically. So thinking objectively, analyzing or evaluating ideas or beliefs, that's kind of what I would think of. Well, we work with an incredible team. We have volunteers, so those are people that serve on a daily basis, weekly basis, and then we have paid staff. So as pastors or as leaders, we're constantly evaluating team members and even challenging team members. When it comes to analyzing or evaluating, I think of making sure that they're in the right seats. So making sure that they're serving in the right areas, and also making sure that they're not burned out or that they're not tired, making sure they're okay with their families, trying to always constantly just evaluate the overall team. Naturally, I am a discerner, so I tend to have a discerning of people's attitudes or spirits. For example, if someone's, trying to befriend my husband and I or my kids, I'm automatically evaluating who they are, which is not always a good thing. It can be good and bad because naturally I'm able to discern if there's something wrong or if there's something just doesn't feel good. But then at the same time, I could be completely off and they're just being loving and genuine, and that critical thinking or critical spirit can it could be good or bad when it comes outside of what I do for work. Okay, this one was really good. I think when I think of critical thinking, that's analyzing and thinking objectively. When it comes to our faith or to what leading as a pastor, you have to not think critically. You have to use faith, because a lot of what we do requires faith. It's believing in something that you can't see. So oftentimes we want evidence, we want proof, and faith, you don't get that at times. Yes, we have the Bible, which we use as our point of reference of who God is and understanding, His creation. But I think critical thinking can get in the way of this idea of faith. It can really be kind of conflicting. Having an open mind, just being open-minded, because I think growing up for me, it was always like, you're a Christian and you don't learn about other religions, you don't learn about other people, you just kind of stay in this little bubble. And growing up, I began to see that the world was a lot bigger than me and my little circle and my little square. So I think for my kids, I want them to understand different cultures and be open-minded and be observant of the diversity that exists in our world. We have Indian friends that are Hindu or Muslim, and understanding just different faiths and different walks of life. I think that's not intimidating because it solidifies our faith and what we believe, and being able to love unconditionally. That's really my heartbeat. I think that's a way that I would probably implement critical thinking to my children or my spiritual children as well.
Christine Aguilar best describes critical thinking as analyzing the situation to challenge oneself and using that to make the most reasonable judgment. She uses critical thinking in daily life by making assertions with her everyday interactions using her gut feelings and common sense. As a result, Christine is able to nitpick her friends and her daily actions. With this, she finds that critical thinking can sometimes be in the way. As a pastor, she sometimes just does without thinking by utilizing an open mind and trusting her faith.